We love catching up with that music because it means our next guest is here. It's been nearly 35 years since Tony Goldwyn first burst onto the scene as the evil Carl in the classic film Ghost.
He went on to star in the hit TV series Scandal as President Fitzgerald Grant, whose relationship with fixer Olivia Pope, played by Kerry Washington, still has fans obsessed to this day.
Well, now Tony's back. He's back as District Attorney Nicholas Baxter in... That's right, NBC's Law and Order. And in this week's episode, Baxter and his team, they disagree on how to prosecute a case where the victim had a bad reputation.
We cut a deal with Ross, showed him some leniency. We're basically saying that killing a monster isn't as bad as killing an angel. So regardless of how repugnant Wes Morgan may have been, or how challenging this case may have just become, we need to try this case. We need to get a conviction.
Yes, we do.
We need to get a conviction.
And we need music like that.
Yeah.
Follow us around wherever we go.
Welcome back. You were with us roughly a year ago when you started.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
So happy anniversary.
Thank you.
What's been the best part of being like part of the Law and Order universe, would you say?
I don't know. For me, the most thrilling thing about it is the actors that come through the show. Like, we have the most amazing regular cast with, Hugh Dancy and Maura Tierney and everybody on the show. But every week, the guest stars that come on are just some of the best actors in New York and LA. And every episode, I'm like, we got who? Who's who? So, and most are old friends, and it's great. Yeah. It's really great.
And to that point, you had a crossover episode with SVU. So Mariska Hargitay's character,
yes.
Benson was there. I mean, what was it like? She's been a part of this franchise for so long.
Yeah, it's so great. Amazingly, Mariska and I had never met. We have so many friends in common, and feel like we should have met years ago. So it was kind of like instant friends when we met. So it was really fun to work together, and she's an awesome person. And actually, we have an episode coming up where I go visit SVU. Oh. Nicholas Baxter visits SVU.
A little crossover.
A little crossover.
So. Growing up, you always loved those crossover episodes. Like your favorite superheroes getting together.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you come from an entertainment family, Tony, and one of the things I think is kind of fascinating is that you're getting to work with your daughter on a fun project. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, both of mine. I mean, actually, my younger daughter, who's a wonderful actor, was on the season finale of Law and Order playing my daughter last year. So that was,
I didn't know that.
That's right.
Super fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, my daughter Tess. So they wrote a great character of her and said, "How would you feel about your daughter? Playing your daughter?" I said, "I'd feel great about it. You guys do."
That'd be easy.
So that was really fun. And my older daughter Anna, who's a writer, a television writer, she and I were so interested in this idea of parents and children in the same business. We're doing a podcast called Far From the Tree, which will launch later this year, where we're interviewing other parent-child duos who work in the same business, whether they're politicians or actors or musicians or lawyers. So it's just, I know it's been such a gift for me being part of a legacy, and the relationship that my kids and I have, and my wife too, Jane, who's a production designer. It's a very unique kind of relationship. So we're talking to people about that.
Do your kids come to you for advice?
They do all the time, and I go to them for advice.
Oh, cool.
I try and wait till I'm asked, for career advice. I try not to stick my nose in too much, but yeah, we talk about it all the time. It's really special.
We just mentioned a few moments ago, hard to believe, Ghost turns 35 this year. Channing Tatum has said he'd be in for a remake.
I heard that. I'll be in the theater with my tub of popcorn. Ghost is the movie still holds up. It's such a great story, and Channing Tatum is an incredibly talented guy, so go for it.
Which reminds me, I haven't watched Ghost in a while, so I need to...
It's still good.
Well,
it's still good.
It really inspired Craig and I.
We did.
Yeah?
We did a little pottery.
You did?
It inspired Al.
That's very
Craig
sexy.
was just an unwilling participant.
You're right. It took me a while to recover. It took me a while to recover, but eventually I did.
That's so good.
Al doesn't let something go.
No.
He's committed.
Especially when it's as good as this.
Yeah. Demi's pot was better, Craig.
What's that?
Demi's pot was better.
No question.
Much better.
No question.
Craig got a little more distracted. Speaking of past projects, we mentioned Olivia Benson. Now let's talk Olivia Pope. Is it true that you and Kerry Washington never had like a chemistry read before?
No, we didn't.
Scandal?
No, we were friends. We had known each other, and I had hugely admired her work and wanted to work with her. But Shonda Rhimes just has this amazing instinct for casting, and she just knew there would be a good combination. So
that worked out well.
It worked out pretty well.
Tony, thank you. Always a pleasure.
So great
Less
to see you
chemistry
guys.
with you.
Oh,
yeah.
And Potter.
You can watch an all-new Law & Order Thursday, 8 p.m. on NBC, and, of course, streaming next day on Peacock.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.